There are many conflicts of opinion among the people. Is this team or that team better? A politician? Is this one more honest than that one? Or are they all dishonest? Who is the best singer? The topics are endless. Tobacco has shaped history, divided opinions, and fueled industries. But is it truly as deadly as we believe, or is there another side to the story? Today we are talking about tobacco. This extraordinary plant has conquered our entire planet since ancient times and is still very relevant today. There are passionate smokers and those who despise tobacco smoke. There are few in between who are reticent on this subject. But who is right? Is tobacco really that harmful, or is everything exaggerated? Let's uncover the truth together. Respect everything that exists on Earth, be it people or plants. Native American proverb. To begin with, let's find out how tobacco got into humanity in the first place. It all started when Christopher Columbus introduced Europe to America in 1492. On this then new continent, Native Americans were already using tobacco extensively. So if you're anti-tobacco, here's a foolproof three-step plan to erase it from history. Step 1. Invent a time machine. Step 2. Find Christopher Columbus and politely ask him to reconsider his trip. Step 3. Return to the present and enjoy the fresh air. If that fails, we have Plan B, going even further back in time, to when the Bering Land Bridge, better known as Beringia, still existed. This bridge allowed people to cross into the Americas long before Columbus, and these early settlers are believed to be the ancestors of today's Native Americans. So an alternative approach? Step 1. Invent a time machine again. Step 2. Travel back to Beringia and kindly convince the migrating tribes to ban tobacco before it spreads. Step 3. Hope that history unfolds differently. Of course, I'm just kidding. The truth is, Native Americans had many practical uses for this plant. It played an important role in their rituals and medicine. Tobacco was smoked to relieve pain, much like modern sedatives. It was even used as an insect repellent by sprinkling tobacco dust, similar to today's insecticides. Some legends claim that certain tribes experimented by mixing tobacco with poisonous plants in precise doses to create medicine. One story found in old writings mentions a now-lost tribe that supposedly knew the cure for every disease known at the time. They allegedly mixed specific toxic plants with tobacco in carefully measured proportions to neutralize their harmful effects and create powerful remedies. For a long time, this tribe secured peace with European settlers by trading gold, something they had in abundance and didn't value as much. But when the gold ran out, they needed another way to maintain peace. Their leader then revealed what he claimed was the ultimate medicinal plant tobacco. For a while, the settlers relied on Native Americans to supply them with this miracle plant. But as soon as the Europeans learned how to cultivate tobacco themselves, the tribe was no longer needed. A conflict arose, and with it, the knowledge of their medicinal practices was lost forever. Some claim that tobacco became a curse upon those who brought it into the modern world. After 300 years of widespread use, people finally realized how harmful it truly was. By then, however, it was deeply woven into economies and cultures worldwide. This story is fascinating, but it remains unverified. Now let's move on to the facts. How exactly did tobacco spread across the world? From curiosity to addiction. When Columbus brought tobacco to Europe, nobody knew what to do with it. Many thought it was a strange plant, but they quickly discovered that it has a calming effect. Soon, nobles and royal families began to use it as a luxury item. However, it did not take long for it to spread among ordinary people. Then came the first prohibition of tobacco. Some rulers believed that it caused satanic effects. In the Ottoman Empire, smokers were even threatened with the death penalty. But we know how it goes. As soon as you ban something, it becomes even more attractive. Trade and plantations. Tobacco as the gold of the New World. As the popularity grew, the need for tobacco became huge. Europeans quickly realized that they could make a fortune growing it. This is how the first tobacco plantations were created in America, which largely used slave labor. Tobacco became so important that in some colonies it served as currency. You could buy land or even pay taxes in dried tobacco leaves. For a long time, only pipes and cigars were used, but everything changed at the end of the 19th century, when the first machine for making cigarettes was invented. Instead of slow manual rolling, thousands of cigarettes